Music Plus Facebook live broadcast. This is episode 41 with featured artist from Burbank, California, Teasley Blake. Also tonight, music from Teasley and the band Brain. And now, please welcome your hosts, David Werba and JoJo Keys. Hello, it's Tuesday night. It's the Facebook Live broadcast, episode 41. I am still JoJo Keys, sitting here in Rochester, New York, with David Werba in Arizona.
Yes. Excuse me.
So yeah, we were just talking about that before we got on the show. Our featured artist of the night, Teasley Blake, was asking where everybody is, and you were telling her, and it was just reminded me how awesome it is to be doing this Facebook Live broadcast with people from all over the country, which could be people from all over the world if we wanted it to be. So Enlightened Audio Visual, thank you very much for providing these amazing services for Facebook Live. Dave, how you doing this week?
How's it going, Joe? That's my Vicky Fitch wave right there. You like that, man? And I've also patented the Fitch claps.
You've been practicing that, haven't you?
But yeah, no, it actually, if you do it 100 times in the morning, every day, it actually cures back pain. And Sam Gonza will attest to that in the chat. But quick update. We closed out the song submission for virtual reality documentary, VR. And so we got like 80 songs in there, and I've been in this email string today with the crew, Ziality, Ryan Bell's
in Copenhagen.
Yeah, he's in Germany right now. So he's actually shooting some footage for the documentary in Germany. But yeah, we've pared the list down to about 15, and I don't know, I'm just having a blast just talking about this, because I know that the artists that are chosen it's just going to be such a big thing. They're going to get so many new fans and so much exposure. And yeah, hopefully we'll have an announcement either next show or the one after. But yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah, great. That's awesome. So yeah, you were able to weed through a lot of those submissions without my help, and I thank you for that, because I was busy. I was in New York City last weekend. The music school that I teach at had a recital at Carnegie Hall, so I was hanging out there and having a good time. And so I came home, and it was weird because somebody did something for Indie Music Plus, and it wasn't me, which is why I like having a partner. So I have this nice page to go look at all the people that have been, made a finalist. So it was really cool, and there's a lot of good stuff to listen through. So,
Joe, that was a great thing, man. I mean, I was like, I told you, I'm like, take a bunch of pictures, but they wouldn't let you take footage inside Carnegie Hall. Is that right?
They wouldn't. They actually have found somebody, a professional, somebody or other, that was taking stuff from the balcony. And I actually was, just before, when I was in the green room, I turned off my mic for a second. I watched one of my favorite students play the Mario theme song on video there. So it's on there. It's on a video and stuff, but we weren't allowed to take pictures. There was actually some people that got in trouble and got their phones taken away because they just wouldn't listen and be respectful about it. So,
well, that's cool. But still, I'm sure it was a rewarding experience, because you teach you have like 50 plus students, and you were able to, just have this experience with them on this grand stage. I'm sure that was awesome.
Yeah, and it was a recital hall at Carnegie Hall, so it wasn't the main stage. It was Weil Recital Hall, but still, it was amazing, smaller size hall, and we were at Carnegie Hall in New York City, and yeah, it was great. It was awesome, good experience. So, let's move on to some music for the evening.
Yes.
Let's see, who is first? Can you remind me who's first? I don't have my notes up in front of me. It is Teasley.
Yes,
I know. So we have Teasley with the song "Hit It" tonight on the Indie Music Plus Facebook Live broadcast. We have featured artist Teasley Blake coming up next.
Who are you? I've seen you before. I'm feeling so good and moving so slow. Can I get a taste? Can I get some more? I'm feeling it now. I'm laying you down, baby. I'm all yours.
And that was Teasley with his song Hit It. I really like that song, man. So our producer, Rob Hicks, is having a little too much fun tonight, I think. I'm having a little too much fun. My face hurts from laughing so hard in the green room tonight. But if anybody noticed what he was doing, let us know in the comments. I can't see the comments right now, but good stuff going on tonight. I believe you have a new friend. Don't you, Dave?
Yeah, we're doing some graphic overlays, and I actually have a new pet dog. I'm not sure if we're gonna bring him up into the screen. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. How you doing, buddy? There you go. But all right.
It's killing me. It's killing me.
Teasley. Here's what I thought about. Like, first of all, the good. It's all good, really. I'm thinking of Maroon 5. There's a little Maroon 5 in there. There was maybe a little Chris Brown. I have no issues with the production and the engineering.
Excellent.
So clean. The
Excellent.
bass was. I was listening. I have Grado headphones. Like, they used to sponsor an old show of mine, so I have like their whole lineup.
Do they make cheese? Oh, sorry.
No, Grado. They're open ear headphones, and it's just the best sound I've ever heard from headphones. And man, the bass was so smooth. Just the whole song. It had kind of like some 80s sound effects in there, but man, it worked. I love this song, man. I was breakdancing to it.
Yeah,
people liked it.
Yeah, it was. I really have no complaints. Nothing to say other than the fact that I really liked it too. It was just, it was awesome. Dave, do you have to take your dog out?
I mean, does he bother you? I mean, I like having him around. He makes me feel.
I don't know. Why don't you kick him out for a second? Anyway, okay. So moving along here, we have. Thank you, Rob. We have a featured artist tonight, as we always do, in the room with us. This person, I've actually known for a couple years. We were talking about earlier. She's been around for a while. She is a ukulele player and a singer, a busker, a traveler, whatever other word you want to put in front of her name. But this is Sydney Blake. Sydney was a featured artist on the website before it became Indie Music Plus, back in the day, before there was even a David Werba around.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. And I've always loved her music. My wife was listening to her song Supernova the other day, and I stopped. I said, "Who is that?" And she said, "It's Sydney." And I go, "Oh yeah." So I was like, Sydney is perfect for the website again, because her old feature is gone, and so we can't see that. So she deserves another feature. So Sydney, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Pleasure. So you were in a band called Sydney and the Misters, right?
Yeah, it was Sydney Blake and the Misters.
Sydney Blake and the Misters. And so you guys were in San Diego when I first met you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you put out Supernova, you did some stuff. I thought you were working on an EP.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
Yeah, we had the EP. We had the EP, The Dream Chase, back then. And that's still out. That's still available through Bandcamp. I recently took it down off of iTunes. Too expensive, not enough payback from that. So we decided to put it on Bandcamp, and we re-released when the band broke up as just Sydney Blake. So yeah. Okay,
cool. So you are in LA now, or Burbank, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you kind of went on your own. You're doing music. We were talking in the green room. You're doing something called busking, or a busker or whatever, which I thought was like making coffee or something. But apparently it's what?
So I basically, for like the last 5 months, I've been playing my music and covers on the street in downtown Burbank, and I put my suitcase out and I put a little sign that says my name and my website on it, and people throw me tips if they like my music. And sometimes they'll I've met a few Disney animators because I live in Burbank. So I've actually had a little doodle drawn by a Disney animator, which was really cool.
Very cool.
Some people will buy me food, which is kind of weird. I've been given Beanie Babies before too. So it's really cool. It's a good way to get connected with the community. And it's kind of funny when I go into certain stores and I introduce myself, I'm like, "Hi, my name's Sydney Blake. I'd like to play here sometime. Like, there's been a few times where people will stop me in the store and be like, oh my God, you're Cindy Blake. I've seen you before while I was eating lunch in downtown Burbank. You're really good. And I'm like, oh, cool. Thanks. Payoff.
That's funny you mentioned that because I saw a Facebook post of yours because we're friends on Facebook, and I saw that exact post. You said it's happening.
Yeah.
I thought that's so
really
awesome.
cool.
That's so awesome.
It's a lot of fun. I like it a lot.
So I want to ask you, we're going to talk to you back to your song too. I'm going to have you intro your song here in a minute. Then I'll let Dave talk to you for a few minutes too.
Thank you.
Yes. And that also, Rob. And steampunk. You mentioned, I saw some stuff about steampunk that you had posted. Am I right in saying that? Are you a steampunk chick?
Not really.
Okay. Well, then
Not
never mind.
anymore.
So tell us about the song that we're going to be listening to. We're going to take a little break right before the song, and then we're going to listen to your song. But intro your song for us that we're going to be listening to, the Live in San Francisco one.
So San Francisco, I wrote after it's my first tour that I took up to Sacramento. And the guy who was my producer at the time who went with me fell asleep on the 6-hour drive back home from San Francisco. And it kind of just inspired. I was kind of feeling, because I was commuting between San Diego and Los Angeles at the time for about 4 months, because my job was down in San Diego still. And it just kind of, I was feeling this like really lack of sense of where I belonged. And so San Francisco is kind of figuring out that home isn't really anywhere. Home is where your friends are. Home is where your heart is. And that's kind of what inspired the song, was that journey that I took with, at the time, one of my best friends.
Awesome. Cool. So we'll talk to you after we listen to your song, Live in San Francisco at Studio 52.
You fell asleep on that long ride from San Francisco, and did you dream? Tell me, where did your mind go? And I believe that home is where the heart is. So I take a breath, take the wheel, hold this moment, and I am home. I couldn't sleep on that long night in Sacramento. I dare not dream as the air filled up with my ghosts. And I believe that I knew you in a past life. So I take a breath, take a pill, hold this moment, and I am home. Open road, like open sea. Mother heart, did you ever dream that the stars would make their claim on me? Home is where my heart runs free. I took a chance on the day that I first met you, and at a glance you weren't the person I knew. But I believe you were made to be my best friend. So I took a shot, call it fate, but I will call this home.
Indie Music Plus.
Her song, is there a name to that song other than Live in?
It's called San Francisco. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And I just want to let people know, I can see some comments going on now. I wanted to welcome Sam Gonzo, Carlos Phoenix, Carlos, sorry missed you in New York, man. I didn't see your message until it was too late, and I was out of free time. Katrina Webster, hello, Katrina. Good luck on your music. That's we're working with Katrina as well. So Dave, go ahead and take the reins on this. I know you want to talk to Sydney for a few minutes.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Sydney, proud to be here. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah. All right. So all you really need in life is a ukulele and some comfortable shoes. Do you concur?
I do. Yeah, actually.
I mean, you can survive off cactus juice and fried grasshoppers if you really need to.
If you try hard enough, yeah, that's all you really need out of life is a ukulele and a good pair of shoes.
And that's what you express to people in that last song. If they go up to the YouTube video, they'll see that you're just a woman in a ukulele and you're getting by, and it's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the vibe I got, just Zoe Deschanel was just like rushing into my brain as I was listening to this. She's got this quirky, poppy, folky, vintage vibe, and that's the new genre that I created tonight for you. Quirky, folky, poppy, vintage. Quirky, folky, poppy, vintage. It's going to catch on. I know it is.
It will. We have to come up with an abbreviation for it.
Yeah. We'll do an acronym for it in about 90 minutes.
Okay.
But let's just start with that though. Do you? Zoe Deschanel, she's known for being an actress, but she actually has sang on I think a couple dozen albums. She's done a couple of her own, but she sang on a bunch of other artists' albums. She had that same tone and that same sound. Is that out of nowhere to you, or is that
That's definitely, she was kind of one of the big inspirations there, to be quite honest. I really like her vibe. I like what she's doing. But I wanted to make it my own also. Mm-hmm. It took a while to kind of find out who I was as an artist after the band broke up. And so I think moving to LA kind of helped me register who I wanted to be after exploring the city and exploring different, I guess, feelings, because I had to basically rewrite a lot of my music.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I didn't have a band anymore, but I love Zoe and I love what she's doing. I love her band She and Him. I don't know if you've heard them, but they're definitely that quirky, folky pop.
Quirky, folky, poppy, vintage.
Poppy vintage.
She practiced that all day.
Yeah. No, I've been practicing all day. I've said about 100 times. I FedExed one of my hats to you, and I'm glad you got it. Thank you for wearing it tonight.
It's my favorite hat. Thank you.
Yeah, it looks awesome. So what's next for you? I looked up some of your other songs on YouTube. You have Supernova, which had a little more production behind it. So this song that we just played tonight was really stripped down. It's just ukulele voice, not much else. What's next for you? What do you want to grow the production, or do you want to just be that cubist stripped down sound where you're just a woman and a ukulele?
I think for the next EP, we're going definitely for a more stripped down sound. Mm-hmm. Not just the ukulele and my vocals. That I actually recorded those songs, the live from Studio 52, which is in San Diego. I recorded that to do it for a video competition. And then we missed the cutoff date, and I was like, well, these are really well produced. Let's put them on the website. Let's keep them. But the next EP is called Cartographer's Tales, and all the songs have city names, cities that I've been, cities that I want to go to.
I like it.
Thank you. So it's going to be definitely more of that cabin sort of feel, Lumineers-y, I guess is the way to explain it. The simple acoustic instruments and my ukulele. And I love the overproduction of The Dream Chase, which is my first EP that Supernova is on. I love it so much. And Adam Sisko, who produced it, did an amazing job. But now I want to be able to obtain the sound that people are hearing on stage more easily without having a 6-member band.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Hey, Joe, you got anything else?
Yeah, no, that's I think Sydney, you're more of a solo artist anyway, and that you should just have a band backing you up. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
And you
Yeah.
you have the artistic view and stuff because you know what you're doing. It's obvious that you have your vision and you know what you're doing. I mean, you're in LA playing on the street. You know what I mean? Who does that?
Yeah.
Unless
Me,
they,
apparently.
who does that unless it's what they do. Like you said, yeah, this is what I do. And people are like, what? So
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. It's definitely something I never thought a year ago I would be doing. I moved up here with the idea of, I want to make it like everyone else does. And only within like the last few months, like I had promises, in San Diego of making it. However, up here, it's such an electric city, I guess is the best way to describe it. And everyone is going after their dreams and doing it. And the only way to make it up here is this unrelentless stubbornness to never give up. And I think I've definitely been cut from that same cloth of, well, I guess I'm just going to do what works. Like I was fired from my job when I moved up here. And I got this nannying job and I lasted a month. And they let me go. And I was like, oh, crap, what am I going to do? And I was like, well, I've got a ukulele, I've got my voice, I've got downtown Burbank. And I just set out for a couple hours a day and I would make like $20 to $50 a day just busking and performing. And that was enough to get me by for the last 5 months.
nice.
And like,
Awesome.
I could say it's all me, but it's like, it's definitely the people that have supported me and my family and just it's been really special.
And the comfortable shoes. That's a major part of that story.
And the
right
comfortable shoes. I do actually, it's kind of funny. I do have a pair of boots and I do have a pair of flats that I don't go anywhere without. So it's true. Ukulele and comfy shoes.
Cool. All right. So we're going to wrap up this portion of our show. Is there anybody that you'd like to say thank you to or shout out to or anything like that before you go, or anywhere you'd like to send people, to see them, get in touch with you or listen to your music?
So you guys can find my music or you can contact me through sydneyblakemusic.com. It's Sydney like Australia and then Blake like Lake with a B in front of it. And so it's sydneyblakemusic.com. And I don't think he's watching because we're not friends on Facebook anymore, but I want to shout out to my old producer for kind of getting me here, Adam Cisco. Without him, I don't think I would have ever come up here. And shout out to my boyfriend for supporting me and being the guitarist, and to my little duo that I've been trying to get off the ground, and his unrelentless support. So yeah, I guess that's it.
Well, it's so nice to meet you in person.
In person.
Yeah. Hopefully next time I'm in LA, we'll hook up and have some lunch or something.
Yeah, or next time I'm in New York.
There you go. Right on. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Sydney. Everybody, be sure to check out the feature that will be on the website, indiemusicplus.com this week on Sydney Blake. Let's go ahead and keep things rolling so we can get out of here at a decent time, since I'm old and tired. There's the dog again. Son of a, what's the name of the dog? We got to name the dog.
Scruffy.
Scruff. No, that's stupid. Something else.
Let's work on it after the show.
All right. So let's take a listen to the last artist of the night. This is last but not least. This is the band Brain. I just have to say Brain. I got to say it like that. With the song Sweet Louisa Lewis.
Sweet Louisa Lewis, things got pretty wild. I heard somebody saying, you are carrying my child. But sweet Louisa Lewis, another man, a man who makes you smile. And I hope he gives you everything, everything you need. I'm the one who's left you with a heart that bleeds. Sweet Louisa Lewis, stay away from me. We had our nights of passion, but it wasn't meant to be. I'm not the sort who'd stick around, I'll never do what's right. So sweet Louisa Lewis, go off and find the light. And I hope he gives you everything, everything you need. I'm the one who's left you with a heart that bleeds. Sweet Louisa Lewis, I would love you if I could, but a part of me is missing. I don't feel it like I should. I raise my glass to you tonight and truly wish you well. Sweet Louisa Lewis, this is farewell. And I hope it gives you everything, everything you need.
Is that real?
And that was Brain with Sweet Louisa Lewis. So these guys, they were a straight up submission on the website. We have free submissions on the website, indiemusicplus.com. Go to submit music and you can submit to the podcast, which is now called the broadcast, but whatever. You can also submit to be a featured artist there, and you can do some other stuff there. So this band, I have a feeling that they're using a home studio. When I was doing the transfer of the audio to put it in for the broadcast, I noticed it was real jumpy. So I actually had to do a little mastering for the show, but not the recording that you heard, Dave.
Okay.
The raw recording that you heard was what we got, but just for the show, so it would sound a little more even. I did just a little sweetening to it. But it was really just to make it sound okay online. But anyway, it sounded good. I like the classic rock vibe to it. That's the kind of stuff I was raised on. And you were mentioning some things that reminded you of.
They actually reminded me of artists from last week, Lubach, because you had cut out when I was doing my review last week. And
I did watch it.
By the way, that was challenging last week. Facebook, what are you doing? You have like $50 billion. Why are you giving us all these glitches? But anyway, this band Brain, the good stuff is that you look at all the players, all the instruments, they're really smooth. The production was awesome. The mix was great. It was really warm and friendly and nice on the ears. They all have skills, but this has got to be one of their first albums, if not their first, because it's what I said last week about Lubach was like hearing the song. It's like 90% cover to me. It's like they all have skills, and they're 2 or 3 albums down the road, once they found their voice and once they find their niche and their unique sound, I think they're going to be amazing. But the intro was like Stone Temple Pilots. It was like almost note for note to me from what I heard. The solo at the end was almost note for note for like old school Soundgarden. Or no, I'm sorry. God, what's the name of the band? I can't remember the name. Eddie Vedder.
Pearl Jam. That was
Pearl Jam. Yeah, like the solo in the end was a Pearl Jam solo. I heard a lot of Big Head Todd in there. I'm not even sure if I don't know how old these guys are. Maybe they haven't listened really deeply to these bands, but at the same time, I would guess they did because they sound so similar to them. But something else I said last week was I've been through this. You've been through this. I played in a cover band. I played in original bands. The first band I ever played in, every song we played sounded like something that's already on the radio, because where do you start? You have to steal music from other bands. That's how you get started. It's like, hey, I like this lick. This is all I know how to play. I'm going to play this lick. What do you guys think? And then the second album, you start to kind of create your own licks, your own sound. But yeah, so it's really interesting because they're so talented, but yeah, it's like a 90% cover, this song. That's what I would call it. What do you think, man?
I stopped listening. I
that's
stopped listening to what you said like 3 minutes ago. Rob is just having way too much fun tonight. He has dancers, he says, and they were dancing for us earlier, which is kind of funny. Did you notice that that was like the peak of our night was when we had the dancers as far as like crowd. So yeah. So I like this band. They just, they got to keep doing their thing. People like, if you keep doing your thing and you find the right people, you will find people who like it and will grab.
Am I talking Chinese though, Joe? I mean, you understand what I'm saying, right? Like
of course.
You heard those other bands in that song, right?
Well, yeah, I heard even like some Tom Petty, like just some basic classic rock sounds. You know what I mean? Like you said, the warmness. It was just I can't think.
All right.
I'm lost.
No, it's all right. This is like the experimental show number 1 with all of our graphic drop-ins. We're having too much fun, but we got to stick to the music. But I've said my piece. Joe, do you have outro comments?
Like I said before, if the music has made it on the show, then it has some value and some quality. You know what I mean? And because I weed through a lot of stuff. If you submit your songs to the show and you don't make it, it doesn't mean that it's horrible or it's bad or anything like that. It just means that it's just not right for our show. You can always resubmit and all that stuff. Same thing with reviews and everything else. So just one more reminder before we head out, and you have to take Einstein out. Sydney named the dog, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Just giving me the thumbs up. I lost my train of thought again. Oh yeah, for the rest of the month until September 30th, we have half off any social promo campaign, and we in our new store. If you go down to the bottom while you're looking at it, you can share the store and get an automatic 25% discount on anything. So I just wanted to let you know about that.
Hey Joe, are we starting the Roundtable B-sides next Sunday? Is that the date?
That too, October 4th.
October 4th, okay.
Yes, October 4th, Sunday at, I believe, 9 p.m. we're saying. I think that's what I scheduled it for. We're going to start on Smile Time. We're going to go to smiletime.com. It'll also push out live to Facebook.
Yep.
We're be collecting B-sides. It's going to be B-sides all night long on the Smile Time.
Yeah, but just a quick word on why we're doing that. We've been talking about this for a few weeks. It's like we get so many submissions, and then we only really highlight 3 per week. So that's only 12 songs a month, and we sometimes get like 100 submissions, and it's just like we want to talk about all these other songs, but we don't want to make our main show like 2 hours long. Because it's too much to expect from a listener to just sit here for 2 hours. So I think on Sunday, the roundtables on Sunday night, we're going to actually have a couple of our critics there, and we're going to bust through 10, 20 songs and just give like quick critiques on why it didn't make the show, the good stuff, the bad stuff, all that. And I think it'll provide more value to the people that do submit. And that's the whole point of it. We don't want to just forget about all those submissions.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So, let's wrap it up. Thank you very much, Enlightened Audiovisual, as always, Rob and Sam, for hanging out and helping us out, make this broadcast an amazing thing. Einstein, thank you for hanging out again. Sydney Blake, thank you very much for hanging out of California. What am I doing? And also the other artists that were on the show tonight, their music on the show. Thank you for letting us use it, and thank you for submitting. Every Tuesday night, 9:30 p.m. here on Facebook Live on the Indie Music Plus Facebook page. Join us. Check out indiemusicplus.com. We will see you next week.